Emma Rochelle Wheeler, black physician, born 1882, died 1957. Emma Rochelle Wheeler was the founder, owner, and superintendent of the first hospital to be run by an African American in Chattanooga, Tennessee. She also introduced a prepaid plan covering the cost of hospitalization that was unique for its time. In addition to her medical practice, Wheeler supported the education of young blacks and founded a nursing school. A leading black citizen of Chattanooga, she was also active in civic matters. Wheeler was born in Gainesville, Florida, on February 8, 1882. Her father worked as a farmer and veterinarian. Wheeler apparently became interested in medicine as early as age 6, when her father took her to a physician who was a white woman. Befriending Wheeler, this doctor supported her ambitions. Wheeler attended the Cookman Institute in Jacksonville and graduated in 1899. The next year, she married a teacher, Joseph R. Howard. In 1901, while Wheeler was pregnant, Howard died of typhoid. Their son, Joseph Howard Jr., was born shortly after his death. Wheeler then enrolled at Walden University in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1905, she graduated from that university's medical program, the Meharry Medical, Dental, and Pharmaceutical College. That same year, Wheeler married again to John N. Wheeler. Her husband was also a physician, and in 1905 they moved to Chattanooga, where they set up a joint practice. Eventually, the couple had 2 daughters together, Thelma and Betty, and they adopted Wheeler's nephew, George. By 1915, Wheeler had saved enough money to open Walden Hospital in Chattanooga to serve the needs of African American patients requiring more intensive care. Before this time, there was no such facility, and the state of black health care in the city was relatively poor. This project was entirely Wheeler's, and though her husband was an attending physician there, she managed the hospital herself and served as its superintendent. Wheeler also used Walden as a training school for nurses for approximately 20 years, and both the Wheelers were engaged in teaching. In 1925, Wheeler began her new plan for prepaid hospitalization. Called the Nurse Service Club, people joined the organization and, as members, were entitled to 2 weeks of hospitalization at no charge and the care of a nurse at home afterwards. In that same year, Wheeler and several other prominent black women organized Chattanooga's first Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority chapter, Pi Omega. Wheeler was also a member of the Mountain City Medical Society and the Volunteer State Medical Association. Wheeler's support of local young people led the local branch of the NAACP to name her Negro Mother of the Year in 1949. Beginning in 1951, Wheeler's health began to fail. She retired from the hospital 2 years later, though she continued to practice medicine privately on an intermittent basis. In 1953, Walden Hospital closed, failing without Wheeler's leadership. Wheeler died on September 12, 1957, in Nashville, and she was buried in Chattanooga. In 1958, the city of Chattanooga named a new housing project after Wheeler, dubbing it the Emma Wheeler Homes. Citations are in the description.